What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, do you guys want the good news or do you want the bad news? All right, first, I'll give you the good news. So, the good news is Golden Boy has an announcement. It's probably going to be announced tomorrow, maybe at midnight or some shit. And the good news is they're going to be reconciling their relationship and premiering their next fight on HBO. The bad news is the reconciliation fight is just what I told you. And I actually did that video yesterday morning. I didn't get it out until today, this morning. But that's Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Josh Clottey. And it looks like that's going to be the first Golden Boy welcome back to HBO fight. So the reason it's bad news is more or less what I said in the video where I initially talked about that was likely. And I also talked about James Kirkland passing on Canelo. So I'm going to explore that a little bit more, what this means for the scope of boxing in the future. And the other good news is it's not going to be on pay-per-view. It's going to be on regular HBO. Now, the other good side to this is the fact that HBO is allowing Golden Boy fighters back on, which is good because that whole banning them and stuff, it limits yourself. It hurts the boxing fans. It hurts the fighters. Fighters need to make a living. This is their livelihood. This is what they enjoy doing, hopefully. And they got to make a living. So this should be the best fighting the best. Hopefully we get back to that. And this is one step in the right direction. Now, the bad side to it is what it took for this to happen. It took from Golden Boy to have a restructure. And really, Oscar De La Hoya is the main guy that was out in the public that is still visible with Golden Boy. Richard Schaefer stepped down and resigned. Al Heyman, I don't really know his relationship, so I don't really know what's going to do with all fighters. However, Canelo is not an Al Heyman fighter, so that's why I'm still a little bit skeptical and a little bit uncertain because Canelo not being an Al Heyman fighter fighting on HBO, that's cool, but Golden Boy, to my knowledge, there's a lot of guys and a lot of talent that they have, and a lot of them, a fucking lot of them, are Al Heyman fighters. Canelo just happens to be one of the only fighters that are exclusive to Golden Boy with no Al Heyman tag. Now, the reason some of you guys, what are you talking about? You go, what the fuck difference does that make? I'm going to tell you. Because Al Heyman seems to be pretty cool with Richard Schaefer, Floyd Mayweather, etc. So by HBO doing this deal with the fighter that's not signed to Al Heyman, to me, I'm still skeptical. It doesn't really signify that we're going to get some of these great matchups like Pacquiao versus anybody young, strong champions and stuff that are signed to Al Heyman. Keith Thurman signed to Al Heyman. Leo Santa Cruz signed to Al Heyman. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Heyman influence with popular fighters that are connected to Golden Boy. You know what I mean? So Floyd Mayweather, different things like that. So I don't know how much this helps us having the first reconciliation fight, and it happens to be a non-Al Heyman fighter. So I don't know how much we move. It's a step in the right direction. It's just I don't know how much of a step in the right direction, if you will. So that's one thing that's pretty concerning to me is will they be able to get these fights done on HBO going forward with Al Heyman / Golden Boy fighters, not just a Golden Boy fighter exclusively. And like I said, there's a lot of talent like Danny Garcia. There's a lot of guys out there, and they're all signed to Al Heyman. Amir Khan, Robert Guerrero, all with Al Heyman. Deontay Wilder. So we're going to see some fighters possibly back on HBO. It's just a matter of will we see Heyman fighters back on HBO? And that's the big question that remains to be seen. It's a good introduction for Golden Boy, at least, coming back to HBO. HBO, they still put a lot of money in their events, their telecasts, their 24/7s and stuff like that. Still money, still good production value, if you will. Showtime's still trying to catch up. You know what I mean? It takes time to succeed and like go beyond with HBO. They've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? Some of their editors and stuff probably been with HBO since the Tyson days or whatever, or longer. So HBO's been doing it for a while. So it's good to see that. I like the production value of HBO telecasts. One thing I don't really love, about HBO is the commentary. I like Roy Jones Jr. a lot. I think Jim Lampley is bang, You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like known biased. You know, I mean, we all can say there's a level of bias, but he's just like flagrant with who he likes and who he doesn't like. So I don't really remember what he was saying about Canelo, and a lot's changed. Canelo has fought Mayweather on Showtime, so I really don't know how he's going to be towards Canelo, stuff like that. So hopefully, at the end of the day, as a boxing fan and analyst and stuff, I just hope we get good fights. You know what I mean? Fuck this Cold War, Al Heyman, top ranked Golden Boy. I don't care about none of that. It doesn't affect me in the least. I want to see good competitive fights. The end. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing more, nothing less. Mayweather, Pacquiao, get it done. You know what I'm saying? Fans still want it. They've been holding on since 2008, 2009. Get this shit done. These are the fights we want to see. Tons of great fights, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good ways. I think Leo Santa Cruz versus Rigondeaux, that could be a good fight. I would definitely favor Rigondeaux in that, but you never know. It's boxing. Nonito Donaire, Abner Mares, like or whoever wins between Donaire and Walters. There's a lot of good ways you can mix and match guys coming on HBO and that are typically fighting on Showtime now and stuff like that. Adrian Broner, honestly, I would really want to, is talked about it like years ago, but I'd even like to see a Brandon Rios versus Adrian Broner. They both talk a lot of shit, so the build up would be good. Broner, he's looking shaky, looks like he's getting hit. Rios is very slow but powerful. That's a good fight, you know what I mean? That's a fight I would want to see. Broner doesn't look like he really carried all his power up to 140 and 147. Brandon Rios has a granite chin, and he's relentless. So, and he's been in there with Pacquiao. So these are all good fights that I would love to see. Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo. So the future is possibly looking bright, and I'm looking forward to it. See how this production goes with Canelo Clottey. Again, I'm not too hyped about that particular fight. My money's on Canelo all the fucking way. Some people are like, oh, Clottey has power. Oh, like, we're talking about Clottey recently, or we're talking about Clottey when he was fighting Cotto? Because you gotta remember, if you look at the Cotto fight, that was years ago. If you even the Pacquiao fight was years ago, and I think that almost looked like a fixed fight, like he sold out in that fight. But anyway, all those fights are years ago. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't impressed me. And you're going against Canelo, who's been very active, fought Mayweather last year, fought Austin Trout last year. This year he fought Angulo in March, came back, fought Edislandi Lara, and now he's fighting Clottey. So again, my money is all the way with Canelo. He's been more active. He, to me, is probably the bigger, more natural 154, kind of getting pushed out of that division based on how big he is. And Clottey, especially if he fights like he fought Pacquiao, shelled up and truly defensive, is going to be, he's not going to provide the movement like Lara. You know what I'm saying? He's good counterpuncher, like pretty strong power-wise, but I just don't see the volume of punches. So it's not really a fight I'm looking forward to. But anyway, props to Oscar De La Hoya making it happen with HBO, getting his fighter back on. Let me know what you guys think. Canelo Clottey, do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you think about Oscar De La Hoya announcing the Golden Boy shenanigans? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video, as always. Hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.